Okay, welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted a mileage report in a while. I haven't really posted a lot in a while. So with the whole COVID thing going on, you know, I think we started getting locked down in North Carolina around March-ish, all the way through like the beginning portions of May. So you can see on here a lot of mixed driving, not a whole lot of highway. But from mid-May or towards the end of May all the way through basically now, I've been doing a lot more highway driving. And the highest MPG report happened on the 27th of June. I drove 149.2 miles. It was all highway, and I filled up 5.9 gallons. That came out to 25.2881, whatever, miles to the gallon. You could say, if you want to round that up, 25.3 miles to the gallon. And even then, there was some minor traffic. But overall, my fuel mileage on my 2019 Ram 2500 crew cab short bed has been really good. It is four-wheel drive. It is the Longhorn, so it's not like a base truck, that doesn't have as much weight as like the more luxury trucks. Mine is a Longhorn, so it has like all the bells and whistles. And even with that, my truck gets really good fuel mileage. You can see here at 25.2 here. This is 24.8, 23 miles to the gallon here. I've been doing a lot of driving highway lately. One thing I want to note here on the 8th of July, it was a highway drive, um, but I had a regen happen. It lasted 21 miles, and I still got 21.3 miles to the gallon. So it's great. The truck gets really good fuel mileage even during a regeneration. You can see here another regen on the 4th of July. I got 21.5 miles to the gallon. I had another automatic regen, and it lasted about 20 minutes. Now, the truck, when it reports to me, it says on the screen automatic regeneration in process, because I monitor my DPF gauge. My DPF gauge has never, I've never seen it get full. As a matter of fact, I've never seen it go from anywhere above zero, because I do a lot of highway driving. So what I've noticed and what I began to really zero in on is this automatic regeneration. Now with my 19 Ford, it would automatically go into an active regen at like 500 miles, like on the dot, like 500 miles, boom, regardless if it needed a regen or not. It at 500 miles, it went into regen. Something interesting about the Ram is that I my automatic regen, I'm assuming that's kind of like Ford, it goes into automatic regen, regardless if it needs it or not. It happens usually anywhere between 1,000 and like 2,600 miles. Kid you not, 2,600 miles before it needs to do an automatic regen. So a lot of these regens here, so you see automatic regen here happened on the 24th of May. The next automatic regen happened on the 18th of June. And here's the mileage. The mileage for this one on the 24th of May, and it started at 18,445 miles. It lasted all the way through 18,461 miles, total of 16 miles in regen. My next automatic regen didn't happen until 21,400 and 51 miles. So you can see there's a huge, and you guys can do the math, there's a huge distance between automatic regens. Um, and then it kind of averages out to be, I would say, I don't know, 1,400 miles between automatic regens, and that's great. Unlike the Ford, where it just goes into regen every 500 miles, at least the 19, at least that's what I experienced, and that was really irritating. So you can see here I've done a lot of oil changes. I've been testing different oils. I've tested Valvoline Premium Blue 10W30, Rotella T6, Rotella T5. And I have now settled on Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme 5W40. This oil seems to be the oil that gets me the best fuel mileage. You can see here on Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme, I managed to get 25.2, 24.8, 23 miles to the gallon. On the 10W30s, I don't think I ever saw 25 on the 10W30 oils. And they say that 10W30 is meant to get you better fuel mileage. In my case, I didn't experience that. So it seems that my truck likes the Premium Blue Extreme 5W40. And one thing I did notice when I switched from Rotella T5 10W30 to Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme here, and then I switched back to Rotella after 1,000 miles ish. I noticed something that when I went back to Rotella, there was like when I started the truck that there was like a slight knock, or like a tick, I guess you could say, and then it went away after the engine warmed up. Well, since I've gone back to Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme, I've that hasn't happened. So something to do with the Rotella oil versus the Valvoline. Um, I'm just going to go with Valvoline from here on out. Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme 5W40 is what my engine seems to like the best. Everyone's truck is different, so y'all can do whatever you want. That's just what I'm going to run in my truck. But anyways, fuel mileage has been really good. There was one here. Oh, so on the 10th of July, I did some mixed driving, 340 miles, 340.9 miles, filled up 15 gallons, came at 22.7 miles a gallon. Now, during this trip, I was in some heavy traffic for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, like not moving. But yet my truck was still able to net 22.7 miles a gallon. So these new Ram Cummins diesels, if you baby them, I know that some people think that you need to drive them like a bat out of hell. My experience is that's not the case. I've never seen my DPF gauge go beyond zero. Like it just stays at zero. It never gets full. Even with all the city driving here, this is really all city because I'm going back and forth to work. But it's a little bit mixed. It's like 5 miles of highway here and there, and then some city driving. So mixed. But my DPF gauge never went up. It always just read zero. I think if I idled the truck for like 15, 20 minutes every day, then yeah. Or like a few hours every day, then yeah, I'm sure that DPF gauge would definitely fill up quick. But I baby my truck. I don't hammer down on the pedal. I don't mash it. I don't drive like an idiot on the road. And my truck does just fine. Uh, I get, an average of, I don't know, 1,500 miles between automatic regeneration. Automatic. It's the screen literally says automatic regeneration, not active regen, not passive regen, not go drive on the highway. It just says automatic regeneration in process. That's all it says. So, and I monitor it when it starts, and then I record the mileage and when it starts and when it finishes. One thing to note, when my truck goes into regen, it really doesn't use up a lot of fuel. As you can see here, all these automatic regens, so auto regen, I still got 18.6 miles to the gallon. Let's go to the next one. This one here, automatic regen, 18.2 miles to the gallon. This one here, automatic regen, 18.1 miles to the gallon. This one here, automatic regen, 21.5 miles to the gallon. Now this was, take note, switch to Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme. Very interesting. Could that have something to do with the fuel mileage? I have no idea. But you can see here, automatic regen, 21.5 miles to the gallon. Automatic regen on the 8th of July, 21.3 miles to the gallon. So does regeneration really eat your fuel, like drink fuel? In my case, not really. The truck still gets good fuel mileage even when the truck is in regeneration. Now in the Ford, my 19 Ford, completely different story. The truck, when it goes into regen, it just guzzles fuel. So my mileage report is not as good as these. So I can still get decent fuel mileage even in regen. I think if I remember correctly, I was still able to manage somewhere above 16 even during the regen. Sometimes get 14, but there were times when I was able to get 16, 17, 18 miles a gallon, and that's still good. Better than when these DPF systems first came out, the truck going to regen, when we were introduced diesel particulate filters back in 2007 and a half. For some of you who may remember that, I do. I was very upset about that at the time. But anyways, they would drink fuel. It was awful. You get 10, 12 miles to the gallon when the truck goes into regeneration. Compare that to today, my truck going into regen, I'm getting over 20 miles to the gallon. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So does regen hurt fuel mileage? I don't think so. And I may dedicate a separate video strictly talking about that. But anyways, just my fuel mileage report. The highest I got so far, 25, where is it? 25.28 miles to the gallon. So it's pretty good. I'd say that's a win for modern diesels, even with emission systems.